Welcome to the Muslim Blog, Episode 2. In the previous blog, what we talked about is whether a person can talk about where they came from and where they're going in a rational way. In that sense, though, a person has to understand that it must be about intellect. When a person is on the planet, the person is about their intellect. In that sense, when the person looks at themselves, though, they say, you know what, I'm perfect. So the Creator must be perfect, exactly. In that sense, though, what we decided in the previous tape, and what is evident to everyone, is that if there's evil on the earth, it must be because of human beings, not because of the Creator. God forbid, exactly. Creator is perfect. When we look at ourselves, we're perfect. So the problem must be coming from individuals who are disobeying the perfect Creator. Why do they do it? Who cares? They're disobedient. Correct. It must be that. Why? Well, when we look at the planet, though, we see there are key things in terms of the individual, in terms of their capacity to err. Exactly. An individual has the capacity to err. In that sense, though, that must be part of intellect. Exactly. So the problem must be individuals who use their capacity to err to disobey God. In that sense, though, when we look at the capacity to err by itself is not evil. Big topic, she said a big word, exactly. Evil is a huge topic. We may talk about it in the future, but we all know the topic. In that sense, though, when we look at what's wrong with ourselves, our neighbors, our communities, the world at large, anywhere a human being is, the problem must be the human being who uses his capacity to err to disobey God. In that sense, though, when a person understands that an individual is free to do everything, isn't that wonderful? We go here, we do this. A person is free to do trillions of topics. But there has to be key topics where God told us, exactly. Part of the issue is that God only ruled on very key topics, and we can count them on our hands. Very few, exactly. But when we talk to a perverse person, the perverse person leads someone to believe, and it's the person's own fault for believing it, though, that we can't do anything exactly. Person's not allowed to do anything at all. Everything is forbidden. We know that's not true, though. Person is allowed to do trillions of things. God is infinite. Part of why we're on that planet is to reach that plane, exactly. So the issue must be someone else, though. When a person is told, though, God tells you you can't, we know that's not true, though. God only told us specific things that we cannot do. But why, Lord? No! We can do trillions of things. If God said there are key things you cannot do, though, He must have said it for a reason. Exactly. Two very serious topics, though. Only two? Exactly. When a person talks to a perverse person, though, the perverse person tries to convince the person that God told them everything is forbidden. We know that's not true. Everything is permitted. If God forbade something, must be key things that He forbade for a reason. Two topics that are very serious. In fact, the person can be killed for these two topics. Wow. God is so awesome and merciful, but He says these two topics are that serious? What are they? We should know them. In that sense, though, a person has to understand that, though. When we see how merciful God is, a person can do infinite number of topics. A person can talk about any number of subjects. But there are two topics that God said are very, very serious. In fact, a person can even be killed for them. What are they? Homosexuality and blasphemy, exactly. A person can say, since God is perfect, and this merciful, and this awesome, if He chose two specific topics and forbade those subjects, it must be for a serious reason. We may not know the reason. We may talk about it. Some people may know it, most people don't. But let's say, since God is perfect and rational, and we're allowed to do infinite number of things, we're allowed to think on infinite number of levels. If God forbade two specific topics, it must be for a serious reason. The two topics are homosexuality and blasphemy, exactly. There must be for a very serious reason. In that sense, though, when a person talks about another topic, a person can talk about a topic. A person can say topics are numerous, but we can say God's bounty is everywhere. Everyone can enjoy God's bounty. I myself am going to enjoy a latte that the Lord got me, exactly. I'm going to find it very delicious too. Part of the issue is that everything is God's bounty. When we go anywhere, everyone can enjoy God's bounty. The issue is not that exactly. If the Lord chose 2 topics in particular, he must have done it for a very serious reason though. Part of the issue is that. Now I'm going to enjoy my latte. In the next episodes, we may talk about other subjects. There's Carol that I told you about in the previous interview. In that sense, we will talk about any number of topics. But in the meantime, have a great time, enjoy your own lattes, and have a great day.